sixth way you can be charged with theft in Arizona is if you obtain services known to the defendant to be available only for compensation without paying. Lawyers have a really incredible way of making something that's so simple sound so complicated. What this means is if you go to a restaurant, most people know that if you go into a restaurant that you're obtaining a service, you're obtaining food as well, and something like that, people don't give away food for free. And it's known to you that the only way that you're going to get this food is if you pay. You sit down for a meal at a restaurant, you're not signing a contract before you obtain the service of and the food. So this statute allows people to be charged with theft if they're doing something that obviously is an activity that at the end of the activity a payment is expected. This statute does allow for some strange occurrences though, and there are acts of charity that to the person who's obtaining the service, it seems like this is an act of charity, and then the person who in fact is giving the item or giving the clothing or giving the food can then later claim that this was a loan and they were expecting to get it back. And every once in a while you do see this statute used in a strange way. For the most part, it's like the restaurant scenario where you sit down for a meal, you haven't signed a contract, but it's just reasonably known that if you go to a restaurant at the end of the meal, you got to pay for it. So those are the six ways that you can be charged with theft. There is another manner, it's called vulnerable abuse, and or vulnerable adult, and we'll talk about that in the next section.